G'day guys, welcome back to another video. If you're having some issues with your patrol, so this one here was cruising along okay, then lost power and wouldn't get above 2000 RPM, so really sluggish, blowing heaps of smoke. Put the scanner on it and the codes come up with P0401, which is insufficient EGR flows. So my bet was, let's get this EGR out. We'll have a look at it. It might be dirty. We might be able to clean it, otherwise it's faulty. So we went ahead, took that out, and this is what we come up with. It's completely open. The flap's fallen off the inside of the EGR valve, and we don't know where it is. In the intake manifold somewhere, we've got to find it. So I'll cut through to some video footage of last night. It was pretty much in the dark, so I hope it comes out all right. So I'll give you a little bit of a background. This is the little flap that we're looking for, which goes in the EGR valve. So let's see how we go. The bit that we're looking for is that little flap right there, which goes into the intake manifold. Now your EGR valve, inside that inlet manifold, there's a cavity that runs along and then goes back down to that hole. And then your EGR gases mix with your fresh intake air from your intercooler. And then they mix back together and then they're recirculated. That's how your EGR works. But yeah, so you need to get to that point right there. This is your issue. The EGR flap is broken off and is no longer in there. So you can see where it's supposed to be. Spot welded to that rod, and it's not there. Now the quick fix is EGR cooler off, and you'll see a plate down there like that. Now, I don't know whether you can see in that gap, but the flap is right there. There you go, you can see it there. That's the flap. So I'm going to get that out. Oh, so here we go, that's that little plate. Now I don't know whether this is by design by Nissan or whatnot, but that is where the little flap was. So here's the little flap off the EGR. You can see that's where the rod sits. And it was sitting in that little groove like that. And that was in the hole down there. So there you go. And all I did was I just lifted that little the flap up and then pulled this section out. And the flap just sat back down inside the hole there. So there you go, guys. Hope that was helpful. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. What we'll do at the end of this is probably put that EGR back on. We're going to put a blanking plate in it for the time being. This car will eventually get tuned, and then that will all get turned off in the tune, and then we'll have no issues with the EGR. But for the minute, we'll just blank that off. If everything goes well and we don't end up with any codes or anything like that, or if it does just throw a code but doesn't put it into limp mode, then we'll just run with that for a little while. Otherwise, we'll try and get hold of a brand new one of these EGR valves and just replace that until this gets tuned up. So I hope that helps somebody out. It certainly was a tricky one to work out to start with, but I'm sure you'll agree, it's if that little plate's missing and you don't know where it is, you want to get that out of your engine. But rest assured, it can't go into it can't go into any of the cylinder block or up any further into the intake manifold. It can't fit through that hole. It can't physically fit through that hole and into the manifold. So thanks for watching.